Hi and welcome to another Feng Shui Masterclass tonight with me. And I'm in Clive, which is close to Napier. And it's a beautiful day today. Still a bit chilly, but it seems like it's getting hot again quite soon. And we really, really needed the cool and the rain. Don't you think so? Wow. So tonight's topic I called Want to Escape the Groundhog Day in Your Life, a short story of how to transform with the Feng Shui. Well, just that we're talking about, we're talking about the same thing. When I'm talking about the Groundhog Day, I'm talking about if you feel stuck, if you don't see a way to change, and whatever you want to change in your life, you're not getting out of your comfort zone. It doesn't matter how often you tell yourself that this is what you need to do. Everything is the same every day, Groundhog Day all over again. So let me show you how to change that with the help of the Feng Shui. And this is what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to explain to you first in theory, and then we're going to have an exercise part, a practical part, where we're actually putting that into practice, into your floor plan, into your life. So the funny thing is that nothing I will tell you today will be new to you. Well, at least not in the first part. In the second part, I think there probably are a few parts that are new. I hope so. Let me know in the comments. Let me know down there, and let me know afterwards in the Q&A, and also or send me a message. That's cool. So even if this is not new to you, especially of the first part, we need a reminder from time to time of what is important and how to achieve it. So let me be this reminder today for you in this video. So, and because we are in the Southern Hemisphere, from now on, we are always using the Southern Hemisphere Bagua. And this is why the next session, next month, 17th of March, will be explicitly explaining the differences between the Southern and the Northern Hemisphere Bagua. So we're going to do a session just about that, so that we know from now on, we're always talking about the same basics. Okay, cool. So in the Bagua, in our Southern Hemisphere Bagua, also in the Northern, but it's a little bit of different places, there are 3 areas where we can improve ourselves and where we can work on the transformation. Now we'll go into the Bagua soon, but I just want to remind you, really, we're doing a Q&A afterwards for those who are live. If you're watching the recording, I'm totally happy for you to send me questions, emails, also to comment down below, and especially whether this is new to you, whether this is something where you say, yeah, I know I should, and whether this is helpful for you to find your way into the transformation, to find your way out of the same, and out of this Groundhog Day that you may have. And also, what I will show you in the second part is, on a conscious level, we very, very often know exactly what to do. So we very often know, yep. But on a subconscious level, we're not doing that. And why is that? And this is what we're going to do in the second part. When we're going onto your floor plan, when we're going into your house, I mean, not me, you're going mentally around your house and around your rooms. And I'm going to show you how you can find where you should start with your transformation. Okay, cool. Sounds good, doesn't it? Very good. Okay, so I'm gonna go to you. I'm gonna show you. Here we go. So now you should see, yes, me and the Southern Hemisphere Bagua. So what's happening here? We've got, it is a little bit the other way around. So I want to start with transformations. Where does transformation happen? Oh, maybe I should have, yeah. Where does transformation happen? Transformation happens mainly in the element earth. So we are now going towards autumn, towards Indian summer and the earth element. So this is why I also chose this topic, because we are now into the area where we're transforming from the summer, from the high fire, into the autumn, into the excuse me, into the metal element. And the transformation, it's the earth that's running this transformation. So there are 3 areas on our Bagua where we can actually use that energy, that earth energy, that transformational energy. You know, like the kitchen is also an earth element. Your kitchen is transformation, it's transforming the food, ideally. So, and I've already talked about the earth axis before when in the session where we talked about the path in life. So we're having the small earth. This is knowledge, wisdom, skills, self-cultivation. Okay? So what we're doing here, it's a nourishment on an internal level. Okay? It's nourishment on an internal level. It's self-cultivation. It's education. It's your vocation. It's going to the library. It's courses, upskill, meditation. It's your personal inventory and your introspective. So this is what we're doing there. This is your first level where you can transform. The first level is small earth. Knowledge, wisdom, skills, self-cultivation. Nothing new, isn't it? So you want to start on the internal level. And we're coming later to the point where some people get it wrong, because you really should start on that level. Especially if you tend to, or you like meditation anyway, or you tend to do self-cultivation, like doing courses and all these things. The tricky bit is you can't stay there. You can't just stay there. If you just stay at home, and if you just acknowledge and cultivate your wisdom and your skills, that is an internal transformation, but we're living in this beautiful world out there. So we need to also bring it out. So we're slowly getting there. So this is the first point, how and where you can start with your transformation on the internal level, the nourishment of the internal level. Okay, so this is that Bhagwa part. We're coming to the practice, we're coming to the exercise later, how to actually do that in your life, in your house, in your rooms. The second level where you can change and transform is the what I call Middle Earth, health, the Tai Chi. This is of course the nourishment on a physical level. So your food, your water, your movement, light. So all your personal Chis. We've been talking about, I think it was in session 3 or 4, about the 5 different personal Chis. So there's your prenatal Chi that you bring into life and that you have, and this is just what you bring with you. But there are 4 more personal Chi forms where you can actually change something. And that is your breath Chi, your nutrition Chi, so your food, your water Chi, and your air Chi. So all of these things you can practice. So this is the Middle Earth, how I call it, is where the second level where you can start a transformation. So you can go to the gym, you can look after your water, change your breathing through breathing exercises. You can change your food, your nutrition, of course. That has a huge impact, of course, on your transformation on the physical level. So, but again, also that just going to the gym will not do it. So we have to work on a few levels. So we're now coming from the internal nourishment and the internal level. We're a little bit more outward. So we're going somewhere, we're doing some exercises, maybe we go for a walk, maybe we're doing some sports, maybe we're changing our water, maybe we're moving somewhere where the air is better, whatever it is. So this is a transformation on your Tai Chi level, on your health level, which is kind of internal, but it's already going outwards, okay? Second level. Third level, and this is where we're following the earth axis here towards up there, that is the big earth. The big earth is what usually is called the marriage corner or love corner. It is actually a relationship corner, and it does not just mean the relationship with a spouse. It means all the relationship. It means actually in the original papers, it's the relationship with the you, with everybody else. So that is nourishment on an outer level. So we're now going from the nourishment on the inner level, the skill set, the learning, the courses, the meditation, the cleansing on the inside, through the nourishment on the physical level, movement, food, air, water, and so on, your Chi, moving your Chi, to the outer level, relationship, nourishment on an outer level. So radiating the love and the compassion out into the world. It's about how you treat other people. It's about how to enact with other people. How do you relate to other people? And the nourishment that you're getting there is through networking, for instance. So it's about how you show up when other people are around. You know, the small earth is how do you show up to your meditation practice? How do you show up to your courses? So it's just about showing up for yourself, which for some is already harder as for showing up for someone else. Second level is showing up for yourself on a physical level. And the third level, the big earth, is how are you showing up in your relationships? How do you relate with other people? How are you with networking? Is it hard for you? Is it easy? It doesn't mean that you have a million friends. No, no, no. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how do you relate to others? Maybe it's easier for you, maybe it's harder for you. Because you have to understand one thing: how you relate to other people and how you treat other people, in the end, is how you relate to yourself and how you treat yourself. So maybe you have just one, two, or three friends, but they're really good and they're really fine. And you feel compassionate about them and you have no problem radiating that love out. Wonderful. So this is not a question of quantity. This is a question of quality. It doesn't mean anything. Sorry out there if you've got, I don't know, 1,000 how many Facebook friends, Instagram followers, or something. It's about the quality. This is how we nourish. This is a nourishment. This is the nourishment on an outer level. If you have quality relations, because in the end, if you want to transform, you need to have support. And this is great. People who will tell you, yep, you're on the right path. Yeah, keep going, keep going. When it hurts, keep going. And this is a question of quality, not quantity. So this is the third level, how you can transform and change. And of course, the more you go outwards, the more you will get feedback, the more you will get like, it's like more like a sinus wave. So you're going out, trying your self-compassion. How do I going back, looking back, skills, knowledge, going outward, how's my relationship? Or maybe I need to upskill a bit more, going outward. So it is a process. It's a process. None of these three different earth levels can stand on their own. None of them. They all work together in the end. It's like in the Buddhist tradition where you first study your sorry, your sutras and your paper. And then you're going into the big Sangha, you're going out into the community, you're going out into the community after you've studied your own stuff. This is the same principle here. So we've got the internal nourishment, we've got the physical nourishment, and we've got the outer nourishment, the relationships. How does this now relate to the Feng Shui, you may say? Because it's nice that I can show you that on the Bagua, but how do we do that in our house? How do we do that in our rooms? What does that have to do with my Feng Shui at home? It's nice that it's on the Bagua. It's nice that all the Chinese people know that this is what it relates to. And again, not that new. How can we practice that at home? Okay. So you may want to write the next few questions down. I will also put it into the notes to the YouTube video if you want. But if you don't want to wait until then, if you want to do it now, write it down. Number one, and this is for Middle Earth. What is happening in the middle of your house? Just go into yourself and just think about what is happening in the middle of your home. And if you remember a few sessions back, somebody asked me, what are the most important things to Feng Shui in your house? And I think I said entrance, middle of the home, and I think the third I said the bathroom. So definitely what's happening in the middle of your home, which is your Tai Chi, what is going on there? Is there enough light? Is there maybe some rubbish? Is there maybe the rumpus room? What is happening there? Is there a light bulb that's not working? Maybe there's even a light opening towards the sky. That's brilliant. You know, like you have in some of the houses where you have a staircase kind of in the middle and there's a light above, and it's really cool. So what is happening in the middle of your home? And this relates to everything that we've said about Middle Earth and health and physical nourishment. And then break it down. What's happening in the middle of the room where you're sitting right now? Could be that you are sitting in the middle of your room right now. Check all the rooms, especially the living room. What is happening there in the middle? And all of that relates to your health. So if there's a sick plant, get rid of that. See if you can help it up, but not in that space. Have a different space for the plant. To start nourishing again. Are there things that are nourishing you, or are there things that you actually think, oh, yeah, that should have gone to the dump, or that is actually for the op shop? That is relating to your nourishment on your physical level. Is there stuff that's broken? Is there stuff that's, I don't know where you got that from? So really look what is happening in the middle of your home. Is there stuck energy? Is the energy flowing? Are there nice pictures? Are there the leftovers? And also the room where you're in right now. What's happening in the middle? And you know, it's no coincidence that what used to be in the middle of the room was the light on the ceiling. There used to be one lamp, and there used to be in the middle of the room, hanging from the ceiling. And that's no coincidence, because this is what you want. You want the light coming through the whole room from the middle, from your Tai Chi. So this is the number one, to look into what is blocking your transformation. What is in the middle of your home, and what is in the middle of your rooms, and especially your living room. Okay. Number two, what is happening, and we're talking now Southern Hemisphere, on the right side of your entrance of your house. You know, if you remember our lessons where we talked about the Bagua, this is the level where your entrance is. So on this side of the Bagua is where your entrance is somewhere. Let's say the entrance is in the middle of the front of your house, okay? So what's happening on the right side towards the entrance of your house? What room is there? What's happening there? Maybe your entrance is actually on the right side of this thing. So what is happening there in your entrance? Or what's happening right hand towards your entrance? So the house that we're house sitting at the moment, for instance, there's a garage. Okay. It's a retired couple, so they probably don't need and don't want to upskill that much. So for them, it's fine, probably. If it's a young couple, not sure what I would change. What would change there? If I would own this place, I know what I would do too. I would change the garage into my meditation room. But that's just me. So what's happening towards the right side of your entrance of your house? And the same again applies. What's happening in your rooms on the right side from the entrance? Living room, maybe bedroom, maybe if you have an office, what's happening there? This is your small earth. This is your nourishment on an inner level. So what is happening there? That is the question. What is happening there? Is there your trash corner? Is there your rumpus? Is there a lovely altar? What is happening there? What room is there on the right front side of your home? What's happening there? How is this relating to your inner nourishment, to your self-cultivation? So if you want to start your transformation on that level, then really have a look into what's happening in your home on that area of your Bagua, and Feng Shui that one. Number three, last but not least, what is happening on the far left corner of your home where Big Earth lives. Same in every room. So when you come into the room, the far left corner, what's happening there? What's happening in your house? What's happening in the most important rooms for you? This is how you relate to other people. Again, if there's the trash, says something. If there's a beautiful picture, ideally with other people on it, great, fantastic. If there's a window and you can see other houses, other people, other wherever you're looking at, great, wonderful. Just see what's going on there. And if you want to start your transformation on that level, then you should feng shui that area. Okay, so how do we feng shui those areas? Let me go back down to small earth. Because small earth is all about, or it's the original sign, the original trigram is the mountain. So this is the mountain trigram where we recede, where we go into introspection, where we go into learning. So everything that's happening in that area, everything that you can do in that area and feng shui towards learning, meditation, books, yourself cultivation. This is how you should feng shui that area. And the color that's in the bagua is the color that's also good for that area. So everything in that area, upskill, courses, learning, yeah, that's a nice area for that. And of course for meditation, that's a wonderful area too. So decide on which level you want to grow, want to start growing and start your transformation. And this is where you start your feng shui. In the Middle Earth, everything there is about clarity, is about light, is about fun and joy and happiness. So if you can integrate into the middle of your living room, for instance, something that's really bring you joy, like for me it probably would be some flowers or some crystals or something or a book about a country that I like or anything like that. So this is how you can feng shui that one. If in the middle of your home is your kitchen, which in the feng shui is seen as negative, and I personally don't see it that negative, then make sure that really your nutrition is really good in that kitchen. That it's clear, that it's has its clarity, that it is clean, that it has real nourishment for you. And all the earth colors are really beautiful in there and everything to do with earth. And of course, but that's again me, plants. I love plants like herbs or anything like that. One or the other herb on the kitchen bench, that's always lovely. How do you feng shui your big earth corner? Well, marriage, love, relationship. As I said already before, you can have up a picture with other people, for instance, or with people having fun and joy again. Fun and joy is an earth topic. Fun and joy is really how you can transform in general. So that's a fourth option in a way, to just have lots of fun and joy and transform that way. But how can you feng shui that corner? So that corner is really about how you relate to other people, the love, the twos. So if you want to place any objects there, you place the object in twos, in pairs. Then the color red, of course, and the color pink. Take the color pink. The red is, but you can also use the red. I like it, but traditionally it's more towards pink. You can have more softness in that area. It's more about the softness. And, the relationship with others is not hard. It's not harsh like the metal underneath. It's more about give and take. So this corner is a bit softer. This is a bit more cushion. This is a bit more soft light. And it is really about giving and taking. It's a two-way process. So if you want to kind of meander through from the small, middle, big earth, and then maybe, oh, I want to learn more about this or that. This is the way to go. So any form of transformation that you are trying to achieve will start on one of those three levels. And I said in the beginning that there's a kind of minimum one way where you actually do it the wrong way around. Um, but for some people, it works. So if you would start with the big earth, start going out into a relationship and bond with people, try with people, and some of that is maybe too much. So first, maybe go inside of yourself. What do I really, really want? You can meditate on that, and then nourish myself through the wisdom, nourish myself on the physical level, and then nourish myself through the outer level. So the idea is actually to start at one point, but then meander through the other one. You know, in the Feng Shui, we're always meandering, aren't we? So it's not one thing that we're doing, just going to the gym day and night and nourishing our physical body. Um, we also need to nourish our insight, our mind, our wisdom, our knowledge, and we also need to nourish our love level, our relationship level. And as I said before, it's not a question of quantity, that is a question of quality. And all of the earth corners is a question of quality. Same with the food, with the nourishment, same with the knowledge and the wisdom. We always have to make sure that the quality of what we take in is adequate, is good, is really a nourishment on every level. So, as I said before, not that much new, but maybe not in that way, not seeing it in that way. So, here's a way you can actually start. So, if you found out that one of those three areas that we've been through on the earth axis here, if one of these three areas is a little bit, I maybe should do something in that corner, then that is the way to start for you in your transformation. Maybe it is in the relationship corner, then it is, you should really ask, do I have friends around me that are actually toxic and that I need to have a deeper look into whether they're really my friends? Also have a look into, are there people who are my friends and for some reason I neglected them? Maybe I should nourish that friendship more, because that is actually a friendship that brings me lots of joy. And for some reason I did neglect it. So really have a look into that, how you treat your relationships. And if you found out that the area in the middle of your home or middle of your rooms is the one, doesn't look too much after that, there's an old rug lying or whatever, maybe this is the way to look into on the physical level. How is my nourishment? How are my exercises? How is my breathing? And all these things. And if you found out that it's the worst area of your home or whatever, or area that you dislike, or maybe it's a missing area, is the small earth and knowledge, wisdom, skills, self-cultivation. Well, have a look into the library, have a look into some online universities or something you want to study. Or maybe there are actually books in your home that you bought a while ago and you always wanted to read. This is the time to read them. This is the time to read them. So I showed you now 3 different ways to start your transformation. And then always not forget the other 2 sectors and meander your way through those 3. And I hope you enjoy that, because this is the life's journey and this is the path of your life. The earth axis, which will bring you so much joy and so much, growth, really, that you will find it really helpful going through these 3 areas in your house. And if you're doing none of the other areas, those 3 areas, the earth axis and the earth element, and as I said, we're going towards autumn, not yet. Autumn itself is metal. So it's about slowly getting into the harvesting. You know, the new apples are around. the grapes are nearly ready. Okay, the lemons are not yet there, but it's slowly getting towards harvesting time, nourishment, and those hearty vegetables and hearty soups and all these things. So it is now the time to really think about the transformation and which way to go. Inner nourishment first, or physical nourishment first. Maybe take a cooking class, or the outer nourishment first. Going more out, having more relationships, calling an old friend that you haven't called for ages, getting rid of a friend where you realize, wow, it's just a toxic thing. It's not doing me any good. This is a way to start your transformation on any of those levels. Wow. If you have a specific situation, ask me after, either now in the live Q&A if you're here, or if you're watching the recording, then get to me afterwards, flick me an email. If you've got a specific situation in your home or in your rooms or in your life, ask me. I'm happy to help. Okay, this was it for today. I'm going to see you again on March 17th, still here from Clive, and because it's going to be relatively short and soon again, because the week where it normally would be, the 24th, I'm probably traveling. I'm probably somewhere between Napier and Tauranga. I'm not yet sure where I'm going to be. So that's why I'm put it a little bit forward towards the 17th of March. And as I said, the topic will be, we're diving into Southern Hemisphere versus Northern Hemisphere. What are the differences? How does this affect me anyway? And what can I do about it? Great. Okay, guys, I'm going to talk to you who are here now in the live Q&A, and everybody else, see you again in March. Bye.